Hey guys, thanks for watching DIY Bry. In this video we're going to be reviewing torque wrenches. I've got this torque wrench here from Tekton and I've got this torque wrench here from Snap-on. Alright guys, so first I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why I was in the market for a torque wrench. So at the shop I've got two big bay doors. I've got one big bay door on the south side and I've got one big bay door on the north side. Now there's 10 bays in there, but we have two bay doors. So on each end of the shop, we're going to have torque stations set up so that either the service manager or a shop foreman can go around the vehicle and check the lug nut torque on every vehicle that's had a wheel off before it goes out of the shop. So, you know, we've set up reels to be able to set tire pressure real easily. We've got a couple retracting air hose reels. So that at the same time we can set the tire pressure on the vehicle before it leaves, and we can torque each one of the lug nuts. Now, to keep the cost down, I've been in the market to try to find, you know, good quality torque wrenches that are going to withstand the use of everyday use at a shop, but not break the bank and cost a bunch of money. So I've been out looking for different torque wrenches and comparing the prices and the features and whatnot, and stumbled across the Tekton line. Snap-on's known for building the highest quality tool on the market today. So the first torque wrench that I wanted to review is the Snap-on torque wrench. Now these are a very high quality wrench. Some of the benefits of the torque wrench are it has this flexible head here. Now this allows you to be able to get towards the vehicle, and of course you've got the body of the vehicle that kind of gets in the way as you're torquing the lug nuts down or whatever you're torquing down. It's nice to be able to angle this head back and forth to be able to get your hand away from the body of the vehicle so you can get a good torque on it. So I do really like that feature of the Snap-on torque wrench. The other important features with this torque wrench are you can set it to actually inch pounds. It's a digital torque wrench. You can set it for Newton meters, and you can also set it for foot pounds. Now it's rated to be able to go between 25 and 250 foot pounds of torque. Now some of the newer models of Snap-on even have a higher range, all the way a range between 15 foot pounds all the way up to 300. So they've increased the range on the latest model. This is a little bit older model of the digital torque wrench than what's being offered today. They claim that the accuracy is within 2% plus or minus. So when you're tightening them down to 100 foot-pounds of torque, it's going to be within 2% accuracy. The Snap-on torque wrench, from the top to bottom, measures just over 26 inches in length. It has a really nice rubber / plastic grip handle, and then it's going to have the audible beep when you push it down to the correct torque. It's going to give you an audible beep sound. Very, very high quality torque wrench. There's very little bad you can say about a Snap-on torque wrench. They're very, very high quality, and I like this thing a lot. So, alright guys, so you can see this is the latest Snap-on flyer. It's November 2016 is the flyer date. Now the comparable torque wrench to this one has been upgraded. You can see they rate that at 15 to 300 foot-pounds of torque on the half-inch drive flex head. It's in a longer length of 30 inches where the old one was 26 inches, so it allows you a little bit more leverage. So they've improved this one a little bit from the model that we're comparing here, and looks like they want $600 basically for this torque wrench. Now they also offer some different torque wrenches. They have one here that's non-digital. It's going to have the dial indicator there to adjust your torque. Still has the flex head, and it's rated between 40 and 250 foot-pounds, and they've got that one at $370. So there's, you know, a little bit of a cost comparison. you know, from the digital at 600 to the thumb screw adjustment. They claim this one is not quite as accurate. They give it a 4% accuracy rate, plus or minus, 4% on the accuracy. So in addition to the higher end torque wrenches, Snap-on also offers their entry-level torque wrench here, which is again at the 4% accuracy, and this is 50 to 250 foot-pounds, half-inch drive adjustable click type wrench here. And you can see that it does not have the flex head on it like the higher end models do. It's just going to be a fixed end on that, and it's $370 for that torque wrench there. Okay, so the Snap-on torque wrench also comes with this nice plastic heavy-duty case as well to keep the tool protected and keep it from getting beat up. Alright guys, so now we're going to be reviewing the Tekton torque wrench here. The Tekton wrench comes with a fixed head there. You adjust the torque with a mechanical adjusting torque setting. It allows you to be able to set the torque rating between foot-pounds and also Newton meters. Now you can see the range there is between 25 and 250 foot-pounds of torque. And you basically just spin the dial and then lock in the little lock, and it's going to make an audible click when you're torquing down your wheels. When it hits to that click sound, then you've hit to your torque setting. Alright, so on the package, what we've got here is a half-inch drive. Again, the torque range 25 to 250 foot-pounds. Accuracy, they claim, plus or minus 4%. It does come with this case here. It's got a really nice heavy-duty plastic case. This actually feels like a really good quality case there. It's got the dual range, easy to read scales. Alright guys, so just on Tekton's website here, and looks like they want $59 for the torque wrench that we're reviewing. A simple, reliable, all-steel construction design. Okay, so as far as size, it measures right close to 25 inches to the little adjuster screw there. But it's really between the head and the handle about 24 3/4 inches long. Alright, so now I wanted to cover some of the pros and cons to the Snap-on torque wrench. Really not much negative you can say about the Snap-on torque wrench, other than its high price tag of $600 for the latest and greatest model there. That's really about the only downside. The only other downside I can say is I'm not really sure why they make the actual package or the case as big as they do, which ultimately takes up more space inside your toolbox, which is kind of unnecessary. But other than those two drawbacks, case size and unfortunately the price, so the positives are really good with this torque wrench. Definitely one of the big pluses for me is going to be the flex head. The other benefit that I like a lot is definitely going to be the digital adjustment feature. To be able to quickly adjust your torque setting with the push of a button is definitely really nice. So the other element that I like about the Snap-on torque wrench is definitely going to be the length as well. It's got a good long length to it, and a really nice handle to be able to get a good grip on it. So to sum it up, the best pros on the Snap-on torque wrench is going to be quality, its nice grip handle, the digital adjustment, and the flex head. Tekton torque wrench, as far as the positives on the wrench, is it does feel really sturdy and well built. The dial indicator seems really nice. It's really easy to read. I do like this handle. I think that the handle for this style of handle, it feels comfortable in my hand. I do like the way that feels. So overall, I think the Tekton torque wrench is going to get the job done and tighten the wheels down correctly without over tightening the lug nuts and damaging the stud and nut, and for the proper safety so that the wheels get torqued at the proper amount. I believe that this Tekton wrench is going to do that. Now, definitely the plus side to this is it's $59, without a doubt, compared to $300, $500, $600. The biggest positive to this torque wrench is by far the price. For 60 bucks, it's really hard to beat. It comes with a really good guarantee that you're going to be happy with the product. It's going to work correctly. So to sum up, you know, it has a really good quality case. It's got a nice handle, easy to use dial. It's pretty high quality construction. Seems real sturdy and strong. As far as the downsides, it's a little bit heavier of a torque wrench, so it's just heavier to carry around. And then it doesn't have a flex head, which is kind of a drawback for me. But considering the price savings, I think I'm okay with not having that feature. And then obviously it doesn't have the digital adjustment, so you're going to have to manually adjust it. But ultimately you get to the torque setting, and the main job of a torque wrench is to tighten the lug nuts down to the proper specification. And I think this torque wrench is going to do that at a really good price, and it's got a nice case to put it in. Alright guys, so now we're going to put these two torque wrenches to the test here on this Honda Pilot. We're going to check number one for accuracy and just kind of overall feel and usage of the torque wrench to compare the two torque wrenches. Alright guys, so to first test these torque wrenches, we're going to loosen up the lug nuts. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just barely tighten the lug nuts to the lowest setting on the impact gun. Alright guys, so now we're going to set the torque wrench to 80 foot-pounds of torque. Alright, so I've got the snap-on torque wrench here, and these are the 3 lug nuts that we're going to test here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the snap-on wrench down until it beeps to hit 80 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, we got that one there. Snap-on is going to build the most accurate torque wrench that you can buy. So what we're going to do is compare the Tekton torque wrench's accuracy up against the most accurate torque wrench money can buy. Alright guys, so on this little dial indicator, you have to run it up to the 75 foot-pounds first. And then once you reach 75 with the 0 lined up there with that line, then you're at 75 foot-pounds. If you want to go to 80, then you need to go 5 past that. So we're going to run the 5 on up to the line there. So according to this torque wrench here and the dial indicator, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the lock back into place, and we should be setting our lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds of torque. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the 3 compared lug nuts that we just tightened up with the snap-on torque wrench to 80 foot-pounds and push this into it and see if we get the click at 80 or if the socket moves more or what. So I'm going to focus in a little bit more on the socket. Alright, so what I'm going to be looking for here is if this torque wrench either needs to go further or if it clicks right about where it should be. Because right now the lug nuts are set at 80 foot-pounds. What we're going to do is compare if it's going to push it farther past that or what the torque wrench does. Okay, that seemed to be pretty close. Alright, so at 80 foot-pounds, the Tekton torque wrench seemed to turn the lug nuts just a little bit further than what the snap-on had it set at. So just as a comparison, I'm going to turn the torque wrench all the way down to 30 foot-pounds and compare those same 3 lug nuts again and see what kind of turn we get out of it at 30 foot-pounds. Alright, so you can see it's not turning the lug nut at all. It's clicking and stopping right away. It's not turning at all. Alright guys, so my end conclusion out of these torque wrenches is they're both a great torque wrench. I think that they're going to get the job done just fine. The difference is, we compared this against, a $59 torque wrench against a $600 torque wrench. So the bottom line is you got to decide, do you like the additional features of the digital adjustment? Do you like the really nice handle, a little bit lighter, the nice flex head? Or are you okay with a solid, sturdy design without the flex head and the mechanical adjustment there? If you're okay with that, I think for 59 bucks, this is a great torque wrench. I can't really see any downsides considering its price range. I've compared other cheap torque wrenches out there at Harbor Freight and some of those other companies, and this seems to be a lot higher quality torque wrench than those, as far as I can tell. So I think for the price range, this is a really, really nice torque wrench. Obviously we gave it a tough comparison against the Snap-on $600 torque wrench. Here's a couple other options. You got the Cornwell torque wrench, which is a real popular tool company in this area. They want $420 for their half-inch drive torque wrench. It has LED lights to provide a visual signal and a buzzer for an audible signal. They claim it to be 2% accuracy. Basically 12.5 to 250 foot-pounds of torque adjustment there. So 420 bucks for a really nice torque wrench there as well. This is the Napa Real Deals. My shop's a Napa Auto Care Center, so we buy a lot of Napa parts and a fair amount of Napa tools. And this is the December 2016 Real Deal flyer, and they've got looks like this is a gear wrench flex head torque wrench. So here's a torque wrench that has a flex head on it with a mechanical traditional adjustment there, 30 to 250 foot-pounds. You're looking at 170 bucks. So another $110 you can buy this Napa one here, or I should say gear wrench one with a flex head there. Another good option, but still, I think this is a decent option for 170 bucks. I think this is a decent option for $120, and obviously Snap-on builds some of the highest quality tools on the market. Advertising their best of the best torque wrench there. At the 600 bucks, it has the best of everything. You've got the flex head, you've got the lights there to tell you when you're in the green. You've got a ton of adjustments, some really nice buttons, a really nice handle. There's a ton of good you can talk about this torque wrench as far as its selling points. There's very, very little bad you can say about a really, really high-end torque wrench, other than it's going to cost you 600 bucks. And the bottom line is we need to have the lug nuts at the proper torque. So, obviously you've got to decide what's right for you in your shop or at home or whatever. What works best for your particular situation and budget. If you're on an unlimited budget and you got plenty of money burning a hole in your pocket, the Snap-on's not a bad choice for you. But if you're like most people and you're looking for a little bit more cost-effective option to a high-quality tool, I would definitely consider looking at one of these Tekton torque wrenches. Alright guys, thanks for watching DIY Bride. hopefully this video helped you out in deciding, what brand of torque wrench that you're going to go with, and that you found some value to it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if there was some value for you on this video, and subscribe to my channel. I do tool reviews, I do how-to videos on home repairs, car repairs, and all types of DIY projects. I upload a new video every week. I like to stay connected with all you guys of YouTube by commenting below on the videos. If you have any questions for me, or your personal comments on the products or whatever, feel free to put those down below. And then make sure you like my Facebook page. It helps me communicate with you guys in a different type of platform, so you guys can stay up to date on what I'm doing. So jump over to Facebook and like the page so that I can help build that and keep you guys updated on new stuff that's coming out. Any links that I have pertaining to the products or instructions or helpful information, I always put those below the video in the description. So make sure you look through the description. There may be some valuable links and points to the video that you can get some more information out of it there. Alright guys, most of all, I love YouTube and the ability to be able to post videos and find information. It's a great tool for us to share each other's knowledge and information. And whenever you guys have questions or anything, that we're going to YouTube. I go to YouTube all the time to figure out things, and I think it's just a great, amazing platform. So I appreciate you guys tuning into YouTube. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And in case you're wondering, as some of you probably are wondering, did Tekton pay me to do the advertisement for this torque wrench? No. They didn't pay me to do this review. I bought these Tekton wrenches and actually got turned on to Tekton by doing some research and buying some of their tools. Over the last couple of years, I bought quite a few Tekton tools, either for my employees or for myself, and have been really impressed with them. So I'm giving these guys a shot on a torque wrench. I hope that it works out. I am going to contact Tekton here shortly and see if they want to join up with DIY Bri and maybe give me some products to review or something like that. Because I am impressed with them, and I think that they provide a pretty good value. So I'm going to contact Tekton, see what they say,